One thing that a lot of fans are looking forward to for Star Wars Episode 9 is of course the return of some legacy characters like Luke Skywalker, Leia, and Lando Calrissian, as well as exactly what they are going to be doing with the characters of Kylo Ren and Rey. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. And that is one aspect that I am very curious about, is exactly what will they be doing with the characters of Kylo Ren, Rey, General Hux, Poe Dameron, Finn, I mean the whole list, right? So with J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio hard at work on developing the final installment of the Skywalker saga, it really feels like they are trying their very hardest with all the different script rewrites and the script adjustments here and there that have taken place these past couple of weeks or so. But anyways, aside from all of this, what's really interesting, at least to me, is that apparently Adam Driver is all set to film a sequence over at Cardington by the end of November that will involve him and Donald Gleason as Hux. The scene is said to include plenty of dialogue between the two that will create tension between the characters. Adam is also set to shoot a sequence with extras dressed as First Order troopers in white and black armor, following him for what's being described as an invasion sequence for the third act of the film. Some of the troopers consist of flame troopers and what may be a new version of shadow troopers. Another sequence to be shot involving Daisy Ridley is set with Boyega in Jordan, where the actors are said to be running away from enemy fire from extras dressed as new creatures in the Star Wars universe. Daisy is also said to do extensive training for a lightsaber sequence involving her on this mysterious world that Jordan is being used as the stand-in. Now, let me say one thing here. I believe that the filming over in Jordan is absolutely a stand-in for the planet Jakku. I think that we are going back there for multiple reasons, and we have gone over those reasons before in the past, and it all has to do with the Aftermath books. But looking past all of this, I really want to focus more so on Kylo Ren and Hux. That's the part of Star Wars Episode 9 that really intrigues me. And the fact that both Donald Gleason and Adam Driver are going to have a scene together where a lot of dialogue will be used that will create tension between those two characters tells me that they're going to have a lot of arguments, they're going to have a lot of different views on exactly how to treat or use the First Order as a power to rule the galaxy. And honestly, we've been hearing about all these different rumors and leaks that Hux is going to betray Adam Driver's Kylo Ren and essentially will be a mole within the First Order, handing the Resistance information as a way of essentially giving him something in return. Now, I don't know how that sounds to you guys, but apparently it's going to mimic the cat and mouse element of Revenge of the Sith, where everybody's trying to figure out who the Sith Lord really is, and that ends up being Palpatine. In this case, in Episode 9, apparently they're going to try to recreate that cat and mouse element in a Star Wars movie, where the First Order, including Kylo, is trying to figure out who the mole is in the First Order, and that is actually going to be General Hux. And it does make sense if you look at his facial expressions at the very end of The Last Jedi. I want you guys to examine the final shot of Hux. The way he gives him that death stare at Kylo Ren, you can just see that something is going on in his head, especially when he pulls out the blaster when Kylo Ren is knocked unconscious in Snoke's throne room. You can really see, it's very transparent of Hux's, intentions with Kylo Ren. But looking past all of this, alright, I want to also focus on Daisy Ridley's scene. She's doing extensive training for a lightsaber sequence that will take place on this desert world, where she will use a lightsaber against those creatures and or enemies, using blasters against her and her friends, her allies, Finn, Poe, and crew. Now, I don't know about you, but this sounds like it's going to mimic that moment in Return of the Jedi, in which Luke Skywalker uses his lightsaber on the planet Tatooine when they're actually getting off of Jabba's sail barge. So it absolutely seems like J.J. Abrams is trying to create a parallel of that sail barge sequence from Return of the Jedi and just kind of do something new. We do know that Jordan is going to be the location of a speeder chase sequence that will involve a lot of explosions, pyrotechnics, a lot of stunts with wire work, and even some stunt doubles for both John Boyega's Finn and Daisy Ridley's Rey. So a lot is really going on with this movie. There's a lot of filming taking place back and forth now between Jordan, Cardington, and Pinewood. And after that, it's said that they will be going over to Ireland, California, and other locations throughout the States for Episode 9. Again, it also matches how this movie is going to have the most worlds out of every single Star Wars movie, as well as the most characters. Let's not forget that J.J. Abrams is bringing in 8 new characters into Episode 9, and that to me sounds pretty extensive. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to